Do you have a blog on your Umbraco CMS website? A section for articles? Or perhaps an entirely different reason for publishing many pages using the same type? When you do, you can use the list view in the Umbraco backoffice to show and get an overview of your content. My name is Sophie, and in this video I'll show you how you can customize the default list view to show your content in a way that makes sense for you and your implementation. Let's take a look. We're currently looking at the backoffice of the project we'll be using for this video. We have a list of different published content here in the content tree in the content section. What we'll be looking at today is the team section over here. And as we can see, this uses the blocks view here, or the grid view. Let's change it to the list view and take a closer look. So what we have in this view currently is the default options when creating a list view. We have the published status as the first one, then we have a last edited column here, and finally a created by column. So for each of these items, there is a lot more data represented with them. There is a name, a title, department, and some details down here. Now, let's say that we want to show some of these options in the list view. Now, in order to do that, we need to open the document type that the team page here is using. So let's go to Info, select the document type here. And then there is a tab up here called List View. The list view is currently enabled, but as you can see, it's using the default list view. Let's create a custom list view by clicking here. Now we get a bunch of different options that we can use to configure the list view. First up is the page size. We want to show 10 items per page. I think that's fine. Let's leave that as is. Then it becomes interesting when we come down to the columns displayed. This is where we can manipulate what kind of data is shown in our list view. Let's add a few more columns here. When we click the drop down here, we'll get a lot of different fields to choose between. The first part here are all the system fields, so all the default out of the box that comes with the Umbraco. And then below are all the custom fields that we've defined on our own document types. So we saw that there was a full name property on the members. So let's find that. It was here. Let's add that to the mix. And let's also find the title property to show. And it is here. Add that as well. Now, when we've added these, we can give them a name. So this will be the column name. Let's just say this one is full name. And for title, the same. And then we will choose a template over here where we need to say in curly brackets that we want the value to be displayed. And we'll copy this down here. Now, what goes in this field will differ depending on what type of property editor the property you're choosing is using. Currently, we're choosing ones that use the text field editor, which is a pretty simple one, so this is enough for us to add for now. Great, let's also move this around. I think we want the full name to be the first one, then we want the title, then let's have the update date here. Let's not show the sort order or the owner. So we'll leave it at these 3 columns for now. We want to order by full name. There we go. Then we can choose a different icon. And let's choose something that's a little more fitting for members. So let's choose this one here. And for a name, let's also call this members. We'll save the list view and save the document type as well. As you can already see here, we have a new title and a new icon for the content app up here. And when we click over, we can see we get all the new data that we added into it. And let's just, for good measure, let's see how it looks in a grid view. So you can use the different properties on your content to create a custom list view that can be configured to fit all sorts of different needs. That was all for this video. Go ahead and try out the custom list views on your content. I'm sure your content editors will appreciate you for it. Remember to keep an eye on this channel for more new content. Have a good one.